So yes, me and you can get together and talk about that, you feel me, on the side. But thank you for enlightening us.
Oh yeah.
And for this next project, it is called Pretty Bitch Music, and I know that's your favorite word. So
How did it come to be that?
Pretty Bitch Music is a loaded meaning, you feel me? Like pretty, I want to redefine what pretty means because I come from a family full of women who don't look alike and who is comfortable in their own skin. So I kind of want to give my fans what I was given as a little girl. And what makes you pretty? Let's redefine pretty because these social media standards, they're not realistic. And I feel like being unique is hella important. And then when it comes to bitch, that's your favorite word. Sure, I know. I love Tupac, and he kind of inspired the acronym. And today's his birthday, so rest in peace, happy birthday, Pac. Bitch.
What was Tupac's bitch acronym? What was it?
The hate you give to little infants that fucks everyone, something like that.
I saw the movie.
You trying to put me on this?
No. I was trying to get a refresher. Like I knew it. You brought it back. I got it.
Nah, yeah. He was a big inspiration behind the meaning because I feel like my music needs to stand for something. So when it comes to bitch, it's boss, independent, tough, CEO, not from the Bay, so hyphy for the H.
In the middle of my show, I always stop and I say, I give this little quick speech about bitch. And I tell the women, I'm like, make sure when a motherfucker calls you a bitch, make sure he puts an adjective on the front of that bitch. So just like you said, it's boss bitch, it's independent bitch, it's paid bitch, it's educated bitch. Don't just call me, don't just say bitch.
Yeah, so
on that. I feel you.
So I say bitch a lot in my music. You know, I say the my type bad bitch, am I right? Not, you feel me? So I just want to make sure my fans, my listeners know that when I'm saying bitch, it's empowering. And that's what it means to me.
Yeah, you take ownership of these negative words. Black men, black people in general, we had to take ownership of the word nigga and flip it so it fits us the way we want it to fit. And we don't like the way other people say it towards us. And we got this conversation going on right now about the N word. And it's like, my opinion is go somewhere by yourself in your car, listen to your favorite song and in all you want. Just be respectful of the space that we in at the same time, and don't call me that unless you are truly my nigga. Don't call me nigga. That's how I feel.
No, for sure. No, that's real. And you know what's crazy? I didn't even think about that being your favorite word. It's in my title. Like this, it's just making sense more and more as we go. So I'm happy to be on this live with you.
Yeah, I got a homeboy who he used to call everybody my nigga. Like, I don't care what your race is. He don't give a fuck what your name is. Your name is my nigga. Hey, my nigga. And he'd be like, man, I'm about to go hook up with my white niggas today. Like, this is how he talk. And that's how I use the word bitch. Everything's a bitch to me. Mm-hmm. Like, in the studio, I refer to everything as a bitch. Everything. If I want to drink a soda, I'm like, hey, man, hand me that bitch right there.
No, but that's like growing up, that's how we use it too. Like everything was it can be used for many things. Most definitely.
And then I misconceived to be this rude ass nigga that go around disrespecting women, but I got a history of I know how to use the word and who to use it towards and when to use it. And respect is the big thing with me. I have a lot of female friends, and it comes from being respectful. But I know when you walk in the room, I'm like, damn, bitch, you looking good. I know how to say it. For real though. So let me see what else. I pop up in the when I was traveling to the airports. I ain't been in airports in a while, but your ass was popping up all over magazines. You all on the cover of magazines, and then on the front, Saweetie. I seen you everywhere. Somebody put a camp. You had a 2019 campaign that was off the chain.
I did not know that. Well, shout out to whoever was doing that for me, cause I be at the home. I'm a homebody. Home studio work. That's all I do.
Nah, your name it's up there. It's popping up on the phone. You made it. You made it.
Okay, I feel like I made it. Like with this new body of work, I'm proud of it. The first two projects, you feel me, I had to turn it in on time, so I felt rushed. I felt like I wasn't in my creative space. But this time, I feel like I'm on it, and I'm hella excited for Tap In tomorrow because, I mean, for the past 2 summers, 2018, Icy Girl was a summer anthem. Last year, My Type was a summer anthem. And I feel like I can see Tap In being, you know, our summer anthem, and you on it. So you feel me put a little sprinkle on the top.
My favorite shit, period, point blank, nothing better than anything in 2019 was I was hanging out at a lot of like mixed clubs and, you know, mixed environments where it's multiracial and stuff. And I just love it when the white girls sing the 8-figure nigga with a big they love that line. They love it. They love it. I feel like you probably didn't intend to do that, but to me that's one of those things that fights racism. That breaks down racial, you know, separation and stuff. Because to be able to say it and express it, whether it's true or not, you saying these words that it sounds like music. It's like, you know, it sounds like you shouldn't be saying that, but what you're really saying is, I love interracial relationships.
Do you like interracial relationships?
I am from the Bay. Does that answer that?
Yeah, so to let people know what they can find in the Bay Area. Because I know there's a lot of Filipinos out there, and I'm half
Okay,
Filipino.
so when I leave out the Bay, when I leave from the Bay, as a youngster moving around, you would see a girl, she kind of fair skin, lighter skin, and she got a little hair, and whatever, curly, straight hair, whatever. And you're like, hey, what you mixed with? And they would get offended. They'd be like, I'm black, I'm black. And I'm like, no, you definitely mixed with something. And they would get mad. But in the Bay, you could meet a girl before you can say her name, be like, hey, what you mixed with? And she'd probably tell you that her mama's this, her daddy's that. And mixed heritage women have always been my favorite. Like, I don't think I've ever fallen in love with a woman that wasn't mixed.
Really?
And the debate did that to me.
Really?
Because it's something you get, I feel that way about life too. Like biracial babies are. You could take the two ugliest motherfuckers from different races, and they fuck and make a baby, and that baby just be beautiful. It happens all the time. I see it. True story.
One thing that I really experienced about traveling outside the Bay Area, what's crazy is like there ain't a lot of Filipinos in the rest of America. Because when I say that I'm mixed with Filipino, they be like, damn, you hella exotic. But I'm like, nah, like in the Bay, that's hella normal. So I think it's crazy how different areas got their like dominant type of, you know, heritages. Because when you go to the Bay, it's hella Asians and it's hella black folk.
Yeah, I seen a picture of your mama. You got Chip right off the old block. She did you good.
You know, I'm defensive when it comes to my mom.
I ain't said nothing except I know where you got it from.
Oh yeah, she cute. She fine. She finer than me. So yeah.
She finer than me. Hey, so what's next on the You got a lot of shows this summer? They canceled all my shows.
I've been doing stuff virtually.
But I'm
yeah,
saying
so
that
like
crowd, the crowds this last summer, all the motherfucking crowds. What you was doing? 50,000 people.
I think the most I did was 100,000.
Exactly. And this summer, 2020 was I don't know. I felt in my bones like 2020 was the festivals and the big events were gonna be like monumental this year, and it just all that shit got shut down.
Yeah, but for me, like it's crazy. They be sending out like a little private link. So whoever like bought tickets to whatever show that I was supposed to do, they got like a private link, and then I just do my little setup.
Cool. I feed on that crowd. I've been doing shows since I was like 15 years old, high school. So I have never known a life of not. I've never gone this long without jumping on an airplane.
Me either, but I'm thankful for it because there was times when I was hopping on an airplane like every morning, and that takes like a lot on your body.
I seen you on a plane one day. I seen you on a flight. I think we was either going from the Bay to LA or LA to the
Bay. Yeah, Burbank.
I seen you on a plane one day.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, short.
Making that run. All right, so Sacramento, I hear Hayward, I hear Oakland. But tell me the Saweetie. Where the hell you from?
So you know what's crazy? When people say Bay Area, they automatically think Oakland. Like I never said I was from Oakland. Like growing up, you know that you can't fake claim the town. So growing up, I was, living in Hayward and then moved around like San Jose, Union City, Palo Alto, but I was like primarily in Hayward. So, on my binder, it used to say like 510 because that's what I used to represent. And then you feel me, my daddy relocated to Sacramento for high school. So that's why I rep Sacramento because although I wasn't like, there since like a young kid, being like somewhere in high school, that really affects like your adolescent years. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I represent the Bay Area in Sacramento.
I didn't move to Oakland until I started high school.
Really? Where was you before that?
I grew up in LA. But
What?
when I moved to Oakland, that's when I started rapping. That's all my raps, everything is Oakland, Oakland, Oakland. When I moved from LA, I was like more like a kid minded. And I became a man in Oakland and I got the game, everything.
Oh! Okay, so like you one of my favorite like Bay Area rappers and you always talking about pimping. Where did that like inspiration come from as like a young teenager coming to Oakland? Like who like was you walking to the liquor store? Was you going to school? Was you walking home? Like who caught your attention and really like inspired all that?
So Oakland, when I got to Oakland, I went to high school with pimps. Like literally at my high school, we had like pimps and the hoes went to school. So some hoes would get picked up by a pimp, like older pimp. But then we had a pimp at our school named Frank the Bank, and his hoes went to school with him. They got out, they had a nice car and everything. They get out of school and go do what they do. But I used to be like I'd be like walking down the street or something, and different pimps. Like I'm gonna use Gangsta Brown for example. Gangsta Brown was an OG who drove a brown limousine. He drove his own limousine, and in the back was a bunch of hoes. And he, when he was doing his little showing off or whatever, he'll come out. The windows will be down. He'll let you see the hoes in the back. You see him, and he'll wave to a young nigga like, hey, what's up? And I'd be like, nigga, Gangsta Brown just said what's up to me. Like, it was a big deal. So me and my homies just we'd catch the bus and go down to San Pablo. And San Pablo was like, it was like the equivalent. It was the Hostro, but it was like to us, it looked like uh, a runway at Fashion Week or some shit. It was the best shit ever. So we used to just kick back, get our little weed or something, and watch the Hostro and just watch the action. So
back in the day, did y'all call it the Blade?
they still call it that.
No, but back like when you was like up and coming, was they calling it the Blade?
That term came along a little later, but it's so many words for it. But it was the Hostro. It was whatever. But I feel like I was so fascinated by that lifestyle that both my parents graduated from college. My parents was pushing me like go to college, go to college, go to college. But I was like running around, wilding out and loving the streets. And I'm like, nah, I think I don't want to be an accountant. I want to be a pimp. So I really feel like at some point I was like, I want to do this music, but I'm feeling like a pimp. And I just combined them. So I think I made the right choice.
You know what's crazy? So, I mean, I don't know how different areas